Hello and welcome to the April Kohl Show. I'm April Kohl and I have with me Davion Holmeforth from the fan movie Browncoats, and that's at browncoatsmovie.com, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Excellent. So Davion, can you just give us a bit of a rundown on what the Browncoats movie's all about?
Well, it's called Browncoats Redemption. It's a Firefly fan film for charity. Since it was already a licensed property, we were allowed to make a film, but we couldn't profit from it. So what we figured we could do, or try to pitch, was we'd make a feature-length fan film about 90 minutes, and it could benefit 5 charities that were involved with the cast and crew of Firefly or Serenity. So we were lucky enough to be able to have that made, as well as get Joss Whedon's blessing, who created Firefly and Serenity, as well as getting the 5 charities involved and getting a lot of donations. So far, we're just over 60,000. So we're very pleased about that.
Wow, that's an awful lot of money, and you got the blessing of Joss Whedon as well. That's fantastic. So how on earth would you have gone about doing that?
It's kind of funny. The writer and director, Michael Dougherty, he happens to have quite a familiar name in Hollywood, because another Michael Dougherty wrote X2, X-Men United, as well as Superman Returns.
Oh wow!
So while Joss, it's funny, while Joss was shooting Dollhouse, and these are 2 separate Michael Doughertys, which makes it even funnier. Joss was shooting Dollhouse in L.A., and our Michael, the director of Redemption, called Fox Studios and said, "This is Mike Dougherty. I need to talk with Joss Whedon." And after getting the switchboard a few times, and finally he ended up getting connected with Joss's office, and he spoke with 2 of his assistants, who took down all the information, and they said they'd run it by him and see if they could get a reply. After about 2 months, Michael got an email that said, Joss is all for it, but he can't speak on behalf of Fox or Universal, who own the rights to Firefly and Serenity. But he said, go have fun. So pretty much we ended up, after that, we had to go to Fox and Universal. We got the okay from them. We're allowed to release the movie and have it up until September. It premiered last September in Atlanta at DragonCon, which is kind of one of the big conventions in the United States, aside from San Diego Comic-Con, which is actually going on right now. But yeah, it pretty much wraps up at the end the first week of September. So we're looking to get the word out, spread the signal a little bit further to anybody that might not know about the project.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm just amazed that they agreed to it, but I suppose it is a fan movie, because a lot of the things that I've been involved with in the past, if you try to get an actual property that you didn't own and make a fan thing about anything, they tend to try and sue you out of existence. So I'm really happy to hear that that's not the case with everyone.
So, yeah, I mean, we were really lucky. We know that any of, George Lucas loves Star Wars fan films, but if anybody ever tried to make money off it, he would instantly say, "Nope, sorry, it's all mine. Goodbye."
Yeah.
With Fox and Universal, I mean, we found a really nice business model to pitch to them, and they liked it. They said, just as long as you guys don't make any money, great. Raise money for charity. Get a lot of these charities some more exposure, and so that's what we did, and we're lucky enough that we were able to do it. It's the first in its kind to ever have that. So we're pretty lucky about that.
That is excellent. And what are the charities that you're involved with?
Let's see. First charity is Equality Now, which is Joss Whedon's charity of choice. If you guys were to jump on YouTube and look for Joss Whedon Equality Now speech, he was given an award by Equality Now a few years ago and was introduced by Meryl Streep. It's a fantastic organization. It promotes women's rights worldwide, so it's a really important charity. And a lot of all the events around the world for Can't Stop the Serenity every year, where theaters show the film, and we raise money solely for Equality Now. The next charity is Kids Need to Read, which is Nathan Fillion's charity that he helped co-found with his author buddy, PJ Harzma. And those pretty much they help supply books to underprivileged libraries that have started to liquidate a lot of their books because kids just aren't taking books out anymore. They're going to play video games or or do this and that. They're not reading. They're not sticking their face in a book and imagining anymore. So that's another charity. There's the Marine Corps Law Enforcement Fund, which Adam Baldwin is thoroughly behind. He makes a lot of donations to them. There's the Dyslexia Foundation, which is Jewel State's charity of choice. And there's the Al Wooten Junior Heritage Center, which is Ron Glass, who played Shepard Book, is on the board of that foundation. They are based in inner city Los Angeles, and they provide extracurricular activities for students.
Wow, it sounds amazing. It's a lot of good causes, so I really have to say I hope it goes well for you.
It's been a fantastic ride so far. We're over the last, from September of last year up until now, we've raised, like I've said, about $60,000. So that's about $12,000 to each charity. And right now we're trying to do just one final big push, through July and the rest of August to hopefully get the word out, get some people. It's almost like it's a donation system in terms of public broadcasting and such, where if you donate a certain amount of money, you get this free mug, or you get this free pen, or this free T-shirt. With us, you can get either a DVD of the limited edition original copy of the film, which premiered at DragonCon, or you can also get a Blu-ray, a 2-disc Blu-ray, which has the film jam-packed full of some special features, as well as the second disc, which is the score of the movie.
And that can all be found on your website, yeah?
Yep, yeah, that can be right on www.browncoatsmovie.com.
That's fantastic. So are there any plans to do a sequel or anything like that, if you can?
Well, there have been some talks. A lot of people have been asking for one, so we've been taking a lot of ideas into consideration. Right now, we're planning to apply a business model almost like Redemptions that we made, and applying it to a film that we could potentially, on an original idea, one that we could potentially make profit from, which would end up funding the next Redemption.
That would be fantastic. I hope it works out well for you.
So,
as well as producing Redemption, you're part of a role-playing sim on Second Life, aren't you?
That's right, yeah. I heard about Second Life. I think I saw it on an episode of The Office. When Dwight was depressed and he would just fly around Second Life. And I said, oh, interesting. Let me go check this out. And then before you know it, I found a couple of locations and met a lot of great friends, and we've just all been, we'll get together every now and again and role play and come up, with our different characters and throw them together and kind of continue our little bit of the verse. So that's what I think is really important, and that's one of the biggest things is that we're proud of with Browncoats Redemption is that, there have been a lot of other projects, a lot of Firefly fan films in the works or tried to be made, but they never see the light of day. Nobody ever gets to finish them, and so that was one thing we wanted to make sure that we did. We wanted to make sure that we finished the film because we wanted to keep the verse, fresh in everyone's mind and remind them that we still could get some more Firefly. So
yeah, I'd love to see some more myself. I remember Nathan Fillion mentioned on Twitter once that he was wanting to restart it as a web series. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but it would be nice if it did.
Oh, it would be lovely. I mean, it's just a matter of getting the right people at Fox to say there's still money in this. There's still something that can happen, and you know what? Some of it could be banking on the fact that with Joss directing the Avengers, if the Avengers turns out to be the highest-grossing film of all time, which it certainly has the possibility of, a lot of people are going to come up to him afterwards and say, so I want to help produce your next project. What do you have in mind? And he would kind of sit back and just say, funny you should mention that. I've got an idea about a family in space.
That would be pretty cool. With regard to Redemption, is there anything else you want to tell us?
I would say just that if you haven't heard about our project, take a little peek over at our website, browncoatsmovie.com. It fills you in on a lot of questions. We're still taking orders, and our project ends at the 1st of September. So if you're looking to help raise money for some charity and hopefully keep the verse alive out there, then we would love a visit to our website. So come take a peek.
Excellent. Well, I'm certainly going to have another look myself. I had a look at the trailer earlier on, and it looked very, very cool. You guys have done a very good job, so good luck for you. Yeah, this has been the April Kohl Show. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
A new ship and a new crew We've got a job for you.
Taking you back to the first you love in the name of charity.
If you say she's got it where it counts, I'm gonna laugh.
Your reputation with me will suffer.
Available now on Blu-ray and DVD, exclusively at browncoatsmovie.com.